Fall in once again. You're listening to World Combat Sports. What's good, everyone? Salute to each and every one of you in the building. I see my man Mark Nash is in the building on deck. Money Brown TV, salute to both of y'all. Appreciate you pulling up. I'm waiting right now for Teofimo Lopez to get in here. You know what I'm saying? He's in the process of training, of course. So the interview was supposed to be at 7:30. Is now at 8:30. So you know how it is with fighters. You know, sometimes the schedule fluctuates. But I'm looking forward to having Teofimo Lopez on here, the unified lightweight champion, in the building. I have so many questions to ask. Appreciate y'all that's in here. Smash the like button, you know, share the content. Hopefully everything goes as planned. And I'm able to get this interview off. You know what I'm saying? Tone in the building. Salute, man. Yeah. So I hope everybody's day been going great, man. Definitely, you know, we're looking for the next fight with Teofimo Lopez, man. From what I'm hearing, it's going to be his IBF mandatory. There's nothing wrong with that. And I'm pretty sure that a lot of people want to know the same thing that's been asked over and over again. What's his next step after Kambosos? I mean, we'll find that out. We'll find that out, man. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? The man has did what he's supposed to do in the lightweight division, and you can't knock him for it. He's one of the best. You know, put him on a pound for pound list. There's some cats out there that was champion before he was, and they still haven't made it on the pound for pound list. So you know what it is, man. It's all about the now. What have you done for me lately? You know what I'm saying? Period. So be patient with a brother. I'm just waiting for him to come on. To be honest, I don't know exactly what is going on right now as far as, you know, the training and how that's going to blend in with the interview. But I know he is training, finishing up training or training some to that extent. So I will let you all know when he pops in backstage and get the introduction and kick this off. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about 16-0, 12 knockouts. You know, lightweight undisputed world champion Teofimo Lopez. And you know what it is? It's so much surrounding this cat. You know what I'm saying? I mean, for what he was able to do, when people talking about he left the WBC tournament to go into the IBF and becoming the unified champion. Listen, I'm going to let him tell the story because I've heard it several times over. I know what the story is. And at the end of the day, Team Lopez did it the way it's supposed to be done. They end up picking up the pot of gold before anyone else and became famous from it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it, man. HLD in the building. Salute to you. Black Star Sports TV. What's good? Salute, my brother. What's good? I'm just waiting for I'll take the thumbnail down once they come in the building. But I'm just gonna chop it up on some boxing talk right now. From my understanding, I don't know if you've seen, but Gervonta Davis, who's another lightweight world champion, he posted some X-rays of his hands because a lot of people was wondering if his hands were broke or not. His hand was broke. If he had a hand that was broke from the sparring session with Brian Norman, and he posted X-rays. I'm not saying that wasn't his hand, but he posted X-rays and supposedly his hand is fine. Is nothing to it. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, man, Brian Norman didn't post no X-rays or nothing because he was good, But I guess people was hounding Tank, who has a fight coming up. In March? Tank has a fight coming up or something like that. I hope. That's what I'm hearing. You know what I'm saying? But if that's the case, man, at least he was able to come down to the ATL and get some good sparring in. At least he came down here to get that good solid work. You know what I'm saying? 2 good solid damn sparring sessions where you put in crazy amount of rounds with a beast and the assassin Brian Norman Jr. You know what I mean? Don't be mad. Don't be mad. But I appreciate the X-rays though. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate the X-rays. And once again, shout out to Showbiz. Showbiz the dope. For citing me on the damn video and my content, man. I appreciate that. Respect to you, bro. You know what I'm saying? He's the only one who did it. After all those people used my videos and act like they didn't know who World Combat Sports was. You know what I'm saying? Salute to Showbiz the adult for, man, integrity, media integrity. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that. Y'all go subscribe to his channel. Check him out. Sir Singh in the building. Salute, man. Oh, he said June now. So it's a June. Well, that's something that's something interesting. It's in June now, so okay, cool. If it's in June now, hey, I hope it's one of those opponents that we say, we want to tune in for this shit. You know what I'm saying? Who is it gonna be? I mean, is it gonna be somebody in the lightweight division? Is it gonna be Ryan Garcia? I mean, surprise us, goddammit. We don't want no bullshit. We want an opponent that's worthy. We don't want somebody we never heard of, straight out the YMCA, have a record, a 15-0, all in Tijuana, Mexico. You know what I'm saying? We don't want that shit. Yeah, I know they on Vegas time. He bought a house out there and everything. Yep. If not, I'm gonna get the interview one way or the other. These type of things happen. You know what I mean? These type of things happen all the time. So the ones who understand it, they know what it is. There's nothing new. Hold on for a second. Okay, he just hit me. He said about 20 minutes. He said about 20 minutes. I'm patient. You got to be patient on these interviews, man. Andrew Charles in the building. Salute to you. I agree. It's time for the big name, especially if it's on PPV. Yeah, man. If it's going to be another PPV affair, I would definitely like to know who this is. If he's going to be a 35er or a 130 pounder. You know what I'm saying? I'm just very curious to see how that's going to play out, but it needs to be someone solid because the lightweight division, from what Ryan Garcia pulled off, we want to see something solid right now, to be honest with you. We don't want to see no more clown shit, no circus, circus Olay and shit around here calling out opponents and getting us all hyped up and eager, and then be let down because you was up here bullshitting, being a clown. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man, call out somebody. I mean, Tank, call out somebody and have an opponent that we all look forward to you challenging yourself with. And make no mistake about it. I say it and I say it again. Tank is a motherfucking savage. He can fight his ass off. He can box. He has a cachet of boxing tools that you won't often see. especially even somebody on the elite level like his Tank. You don't see everybody with the type of tools he has. Now, I know their story about sparring. I know their story about sparring. Some people say they got the best of Tank, and some of them Tank end up putting them on noodle legs. I get it, because it's tough for you to be in a position where you're the elite fighter, and then you have these other fighters that's trying to be elite too, and you got to go in there and perform. And not all these elite fighters is in your weight division. You feel me? So it is tough. But I just want to make something perfectly clear. In 72 hours, I witnessed 2 sparring sessions, and it was doggy dog. You know what I'm saying? It was like a mother to a bear cub. It was that type of aggression, like a mother bear protecting a bear cub, man. It was, they were trying to knock each other out in there. It wasn't no holding back like people saying. It wasn't no, well, he was in there with a welterweight. Get out of here, man. There wasn't that much difference in weight at all. All right. It's just like the sparring sessions that supposedly, Teofimo had with Devin Haney, and then he had a sparring session with Gervonta. I mean, it happens in boxing. You come up through the ranks. But let's just see what it's about, people. Once again, I'm waiting. I'll take the thumbnail down once. They roll up in here. It's the fight game, people. Hey, put some comments. You trying to talk about some topics? You trying to talk about some topics? Let me know. You know what I'm saying? Let a brother know what you're trying to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a lot of information that's going around out here. Who's up next? When? How? You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people been talking about Gary Russell Jr. Lately. He's been in the news. They've been trying to say it'll be good for him to face, Shakur Stevenson. Even though Gary Russell say, he'll pretty much he'll fuck Shakur Stevenson up. And then, Stevenson is saying the same thing. I'll do the same thing to Gary Russell. It ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So let's see something happen. And then it is some, some rumor mill that always go on in 147-pound division. You know what I'm saying? We're still trying to figure that shit out. Who gonna fight who up there? If Ugas don't fight Arrow, he's gonna fight Keith Thurman. It's such a mess, man. I swear the welterweight division is such a freaking mess, dog. It's such a mess up there. I'm not gonna lie to you. That shit's a mess, dog. Tank needs a top 5 opponent on his record to begin to solidify his resume and legacy. A top 5 opponent on 135. You talking about 135 pounds? He needs a top 5 opponent, because when he knocked out Jose Pedraza, I mean, how many fights did he have already, and how old was he? I mean, that's solidifying your legacy a little bit, starting point right there. Knocking out Jose Pedraza, and then being a 3-time world champion in two weight classes. I know what you're saying, but you're talking about 135 or 130 pounds, because Leo Santa Cruz, even though he's 130 pounds, he's a 4th division champion, man. Hey, dog, that's not an easy go right there. Come on. Everybody was hyping up Leo Santa Cruz from his only loss, which he avenged. His only freaking loss, which he avenged. You know what I'm saying? 4 divisions. And Tank goes in here and destroy this cat. Hey. Now, if you're talking about 135, I get it. Who's next? I would like to see him in there with somebody. Somebody like Teofimo Lopez would be a good fight. I'm not going to say Ryan Garcia, because really, to be honest with you, from what I know about Tank, I don't think, nor will I sit up here and try to BS you and say Ryan Garcia has a puncher's chance. He doesn't, man. He doesn't have a puncher's chance against Gervonta Davis. Ryan Garcia will get destroyed in there. Luke Campbell will get destroyed. Vasyl Lomachenko, I believe Tank Davis can knock out Vasyl Lomachenko in like 6 rounds. Real talk. In like 6 rounds. You know what I'm saying? And it's no need for me to talk about Gervonta Davis and Devin Haney. I don't see that fight ever happening anytime. I don't see it, man. I just don't fucking see it. I don't see it. Especially if it's true that now Devin Haney may be training with Floyd Mayweather. That's crazy. I mean, why don't he train with Mickey Bay? Like, what's going on with Mickey Bay? What's wrong with that? I heard he was doing good shit. Why would he be training with Floyd Mayweather, man? That boxing shit. I'd be in the building, salute. Okay, 135. Okay. I hear that, man. Hey, whoever's up, man. No Javier Fortuna. Nope. I don't even want to see Richard Comey and Gervonta Davis. I just don't, man, because it's not going to be PPV worthy when it comes to Floyd Mayweather. It's not. So it either has to be Teofimo Lopez or Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia. You know what I'm saying? Vasyl Lomachenko, if he plans on, returning to 135 and not contending to 130 most of the time, throw him into the mix because he should be coming back this year because he had that shoulder injury. So I'm not sure if he's going to compete at 35 or 30. You know what I'm saying? It all depends. Timothy in the building. What's good? He said Tank will body Ryan Garcia. I totally agree, man. I totally agree. Hey, Nakatani versus Tank. Now listen, Masayoshi Nakatani versus Tank will be a damn good fight. The only reason I didn't put his name into the motherfucking hat is because Floyd Mayweather wouldn't think about putting Tank in there with Masayoshi Nakatani. I mean, I'm not saying the height would be an issue, but the height will be an issue, okay? If Nakatani freaking fights the smart fight. Him going in there with a fighter like Masayoshi Nakatani against Tank Davis, he's going to have to be way smarter than he was against Felix Verdejo. Believe that. He cannot just go in there and think, I'm right here in the fire pit, and I'm going to see how hot it can get before I start to melt. No, Tank going to give you that immediately because he's going to try to prove a point. You shouldn't be in there with him. But Floyd Mayweather is not going to believe that fight is PPV worthy. So I don't think we'll see that fight. And the reason why I don't see Devin Haney stepping in there with Gervonta, whatever the reason, man. Floyd's in the middle of that shit. His cash cow, he's going to move Gervonta the way he want to move him. I don't know what else to say about that, to be honest with you. Real talk. I don't know what else to say about why we're not going to see Gervonta Davis and Devin Haney. That should be a good fight. It'll do well with the numbers. Both of them going to be talking shit to the promo, but also Teofimo Lopez and Gervonta Davis will do good numbers. I think it'll do. I know for a fact within myself, Gervonta Davis and Teofimo Lopez will do more views than Teofimo and Vasyl Lomachenko. Any day of the week, y'all. Any day of the week. Any day of the week. Real talk. Black Star say Money Brown like that fight. Yeah, I like that too, man. Alexander in the building. What's good? What's good with you? Salute. But all of you that's tuned in, man. I'm not doing a motherfucking like count. But let me see, man. I have 11 likes, man. Come on, get the likes up, y'all. Like the content, man. I'm out here grinding and working. I'm about to go to a fight this weekend, man, in a whole nother state. You know what I'm saying? And cover my boy Michael Williams Jr. You know what I'm saying? Michael Williams Jr. going there for his 15th straight victory. You know what it is. So the team has to come together. The squad has to be formed, and we're going out there. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to do the damn thing. We're going to pick up this 15, and then we're going to head to the next one. That's what it's all about. So amongst everything else, man, what else is new? What else is exciting in the sport of boxing besides the lightweight division? Because think about this. How close are we to getting that big fight in the lightweight division? I believe this year we should get a damn good fight in the 135-pound division. Let Teofimo Lopez, and from what I'm hearing, they're trying to throw that fight in Madison Square Garden. Him and George Kambosos. If they can take that fight, him and George Kambosos in Madison Square Garden, they open that shit up. Oh my God, now we have some normalcy. Now we have one of the bigger footprints in boxing back open. That's what we want. MSG opens up. It doesn't matter if it has limited capacity at all. Man, that's one of the meccas of boxing. So let's go back over here and start checking out the fights. I know they starving for motherfucking boxing fans. Absolutely. We still have to wait for to see what's going on in the junior welterweight division too. You know, people kind of looking at that unification bout, man, and no one's really talking about it. That's wild, man. Like, how does it feel to be unified champion, right? Jose Ramirez and Josh Taylor. You know, Ramirez the WBC, WBO, and Ramirez the WBA and the IBF. How does it feel like to know that you're close to unifying the division, but everybody's talking about the 135-pound division? Everybody's talking about the super middleweight division with Canelo Alvarez, or even Jermell Charlo potentially facing the winner of Castano or Teixeira, or even the bantamweight division where you have Inoue that may potentially fight, you know, Rigondeaux or John Casemiro. Nordine Bali, he has a very tough challenge ahead of him, and Nonito Donaire, you know what I'm saying? Future Hall of Famer. That's gonna be crazy. But you know what they should be talking about is 140-pound division and 147-pound division. That's not the case, bro. Because a whole lot of buffoonery is going on, man. Like, we don't know what the fuck is going on. Like, what is going on with this belt? Ugas, from what I heard, it might be rumored, but did Ugas pull out the fight with Errol? Like, does Ugas not want to face Errol now? Because if that's the case, it's two parts to it, right? One, I'm going to agree that he's a smart man, because he wouldn't have been celebrated as a titleist if he would have went in there and lost that against Errol Spence. People would say, "Oh man, you cashed out. You was just like Andy Ruiz. You wasn't planning on defending that shit." You know what I'm saying? You wasn't planning on defending it. You just was elevated via email, and then you got in there with Errol Spence, and you lost it. So if he plans on facing somebody that can really shake up the 135-pound division, it'd be good to see Keith Thurman go in there against Yordenis Ugas. Could you imagine Keith Thurman coming back in the equation? Just say he goes in there. I'm not discounting Yordenis Ugas. Cool cat, mad respect for Ugas, right? But what if Keith Thurman comes back in the equation in the welterweight division, picks up the title, and now we may potentially see Terrence Crawford and Keith Thurman? You know what I'm saying? Something to that nature. Because it seems like we're never going to see Terrence Crawford and the other guy. I'm saying, man, it seems like we'll never see Terrence Crawford and the other guy, bro. Like, when is that going to happen? So if Keith Thurman can come back into the unit, you know what I'm saying, pick up the strap, and potentially now set up a unification bout between him and Terrence Crawford, which a lot of people want to see. That'll be the best opponent. Believe it or not, that'll be the best opponent on Terrence Crawford's resume. Keith Thurman. He has one loss to Pacquiao. 8th division, a legend in the sport. That look good. You know what I'm saying? And check this out. If he does defeat Keith Thurman, that'll be the second opponent. That'll be the second opponent that has something to do with Manny Pacquiao. Jeff Horn has something to do with Manny Pacquiao, who's a champion. And then Keith Thurman. You know what I'm saying? Both of them would have dealt with Manny Pacquiao. We'll see how that shit happen. King Mitch in the building. What's good? Hey, everybody, salute, man. Be patient with me. I am waiting for Team Lopez to pull up. I'm waiting for them to pull up. It is a process of patience, man. Believe that. Don't stray too far away. I'm really looking forward to this interview. It's a very difficult interview to get. You know, now that Teofimo Lopez is a unified champion. Yep. And it's not as easy as he was when he was just chilling around here and had no titles and he hasn't even faced Richard Coleman yet. You know when he was facing the Edis Tapis and the Diego Magnolinos, you know what I'm saying, the Mason Menards. It's different. Shit has changed. He faced Masayoshi Nakatani, Richard Comey, and then the man himself, Vasyl Lomachenko. He's on a whole nother level right now. He's on a whole nother level, man. On a whole nother level. So be patient. Raider LA Boxing in the building. Salute to you. Give me a moment. You know, like I said before, sometimes this is touch and go, but I am waiting on the one and only undisputed lightweight world champion Teofimo. No, not Teofimo Lopez. You know what I'm saying? So just be patient. You know, they pop in, and I want to get this going. You know what I'm saying? What's next after he goes in here and faces George Kambosos? Is a fight on the horizon that the people want to see? Does he really have to fight Devin Haney? Should he fight Devin Haney? You know, either way, I would tell you this. The clarification as to what he's holding right now in the lightweight division is not to be questioned. Seriously, the way he went and got it. And I'm going to talk about this with Teofimo Lopez. The way he went and got it is respectable. You cannot knock it. No way, no how. You cannot knock the fact that the smartness was redirecting your travels to get to the same destination where all the worth is, where all the gold is. You know what I'm saying? You had one plan, but you found out there was an obstacle up there, a huge obstacle. So therefore, you had to redirect traffic, go a different route to get to the same location. Same reward, different avenue. And it paid out. It paid off for them. So, you know, I salute them every time. When I found out, when I heard that they was, you know, because when they was initially going for the WBC, I knew all about it. When the tournament was falling apart, I knew all about it. I knew all about it. I just sat there and watched who stayed in the tournament. If Teofimo Lopez would have stayed in the WBC tournament and Team Haney would have went over to the IBF, Team Lopez would have been in the same position as Devin Haney right now, guaranteed. Guaranteed. It don't matter who it is. I know what they want to say, but it would have been the same way because many people are going to look at it like this. They're going to say Mauricio Sulaiman would have created a mandatory for Teofimo Lopez. You don't know that because he had already told everybody in the tournament, everybody, that includes Abdulayev, Devin Haney, you know what I'm saying? Luke Campbell, Javier Fortuna, if they was going to compete. Just say, for instance, Mauricio Sulaiman already made it perfectly clear that Vasyl Lomachenko was not going to be mandated to face anybody. He wasn't going to he wasn't going to abuse, so to speak, his words. He wasn't going to tell Vasyl Lomachenko that whoever wins the tournament is going to be his mandatory. And then once Vasyl Lomachenko had his last fight in 2019, he said he was taking time off. He wasn't fighting for the rest of the year. He said he wasn't fighting for the rest of the year. Mauricio said, okay, cool. So if he's not fighting for the rest of the year, and then we go into the pandemic, Mauricio made it perfectly clear. Once again, no mandatory, no mandatory. So if it's no mandatory and Haney and Abdulayev agree to an interim title absent of an eliminator, what does that tell you? An eliminator is what Teofimo Lopez did for Richard Comey fight. He fought an eliminator. Let's make it perfectly clear that Teofimo Lopez is also ranked higher than Devin Haney in the WBC tournament. So all the fictional myths that so-and-so ducked, you know, he ducked Devin Haney or whatever, that's not true. He was ranked higher than Devin Haney in the WBC tournament. Come on, man. In the WBC. You know what I'm saying? Devin Haney was ranked in the IBF. He could have went the IBF route. Real talk. L-Dub in the building. Salute to you. If I was Ugas, I'll fight Josecito Lopez to get a title defense under my belt. Mitch, with Josecito Lopez? You don't think he's fucking up by taking that? The way Josecito Lopez looked his last fight, oh my God. Jesus Christ. Wasn't he in there with Santana? Jesus Christ. You want Ugas to go get that heat? After what he did to damn Keith Thurman? Thurman fucked around and beat Ugas. Fuck around and beat Ugas. He might as well fight Spence for a chance to unify. I don't know, man. I don't know. Because I don't know, bro. Because hold on for a second. Okay, check this out. Ugas, once again, let's just say he looks bad against Josecito Lopez, just like Thurman did. Just say Ugas looks bad. Do you think we're gonna want to see him go in there with Errol Spence? You know what I'm saying? And you know, it's not any shock value there. No, man. Like Josecito Lopez is a tough fight for Yordenis Ugas. A very tough fight, man. I wouldn't recommend. Look, I know what you're saying. You make all the sense in the world. Ugas should step in there with somebody like Josecito Lopez, for real. But not with the mentality, this shit is going to be soft. There's no fucking way that anybody in their right mind, and I know every one of you in this live chat right here, fight IQ. I know you understand that is a tough fight for Ugas. I know you understand that shit. I would rather watch Tank versus Teofimo Lopez than Haney. If you just compare the content of resumes, fighting Haney would be considered a cherry pick. Yeah, I mean, I just like people are saying that Ugas needs an opponent, and just like somebody said, you know, HLD said Tank, you know, needs an opponent. Haney needs that opponent too. He needs that opponent. Haney needs that opponent. Tank, not so much. Like Tank at 135, yes. Absolutely, he does. And it's coming. It's going to happen when Floyd says it should happen. It's going to be very meticulous, and they're going to take their time and be very methodical with it. You know what I'm saying? Believe that. That's how Floyd works. That's why he's the highest paid. Elder Lopez mess around and beat Ugas now. Man, that'll shake it up so bad because Josecito Lopez is one good fighter, man, to me. You know, I wouldn't say he's my favorite fighter, but his style, fundamentally, nasty. Like that's Josecito Lopez style right now is what you look at and you tell your fighter, okay, these are the strengths that you should have in boxing. Look how he holds his hands up. Look how straight his punches is. Look how his timing. Look how he moves. LA Boxing say Josecito Lopez is not a pushover. He ain't no easy work. Anybody who believes Josecito Lopez is easy work, they must not have vision. They must be goddamn what they call it. They must be legally blind, goddamn it. And I pity the fool who goes in there with Josecito Lopez and thinks he's an easy touch, and they legally blind. They in for some trouble, man. L-Dub Boxing salute, bro. IB said Ugas fight Spence. That belt gone quicker than it came. Yeah, man, it is. Spence, now when you want to talk about a soft touch, I'm not trying to disrespect Ugas because I've seen him several times in person. He's cool. Seriously, he's cool, man. He cool a fan. But I just think Spence will, I don't know, man. You know why I don't know? Because I seen Ugas fight Sean Porter. You know what I'm saying? Sean Porter, they say, oh, Sean Porter only fights to the level of his competition. I'm like, come on, man. That fight with Ugas, seriously, Sean. Like, dude, you was like Wasn't even putting forth max effort. You know what I'm saying? You was just in there just like he was with Sebastian Formella. Sean Porter was the same thing with Sebastian Formella, man. Seriously. Let's see what's up. Oh, yeah, I really. Okay, I gotta. It's Team Lopez. So. Okay, they should be coming soon. Just like we said, Sean Porter and Sebastian Formella. Come on, man. Sean Porter was just moving around with Formella, dog. He wasn't even trying to get off and let his hands go. Like, I'm saying to myself, come on, Sean, you the same thing you did with your Denis Ugas, dog. Give us some more activity, dog. I mean, come on. Errol Spence might go in there and move around with Ugas for 12 because he's a good guy. I'm serious. You might see some action, but it may not be as intensive as it should. Expecting, we talking about Errol Spence. You know what I'm saying? We talking about Errol Spence. So in certain pockets of the fight where we know Errol Spence can get off and we don't see it, we're getting that Sean Porter effect. Sean Porter will move around and fight to the level of his competition, just like he did Danny Garcia. Believe it or not, Sean Porter fought a good fight, boxed a little bit, brawled a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Haney is not a cherry pick, and T.O. should definitely fight him. He don't have to do it right now, but I like to see it within T.O.'s next 2 to 3 fights. Well, you know, we'll see what his mindset is, really. That's one of the questions. And I've listened to so many videos that he's so many podcasts he's been on, and they all ask him the same thing. I know he's tired, you know, this, that, and the other, but Haney with the belt is always going to be in the conversation. That's just the way it is. He's going to be in the conversation, period. And from what I understand, T.O. may be thinking about staying down in the lightweight division if the bag is right, longer than what he's projected. So he say he only had 2 more fights, but if the bag is right, he may be that he may be the lightweight division for 2 or 3 more fights, you know, 4. You never know. But I will ask. Andrew say in the meantime, Ryan needs to honor his new title and fight Haney. And if Loma really wants a shot at a belt, he should step in with Haney too. I'd like to see Lomachenko and Haney, yeah. But you know, he seemed like he's all irritated and butthurt, and he want to say the judges was motherfucking paid off, but nobody's talking about the excuses. That is worse. They talk about Wilder, but we're talking about Lomachenko. Like Lomachenko said, the judges was paid off, y'all. How can you sit up here and make an excuse after you lost and say the judges was paid off? The judges was paid off. Lomachenko's trying to get that rematch. Could you imagine? Would you watch it? Teofimo Lopez and Vasyl Lomachenko? I think the next time around, man, I think Teofimo Lopez will stop Lomachenko. Seriously. I'm serious. You tell me what you think. I think Teofimo can stop him. He already been in there. He's already understand what he's in there with. Look, Lomachenko is getting older, not younger. You tell me. Josecito looked good his last fight. He looked damn good, man. Got buzzed a few times. Good fight for Ugas. Not a soft touch, but a winnable fight. Ugas raises his profile a bit better than losing to Thurman for nothing. Yeah. But I wouldn't mind seeing that fight with Thurman. Because check this out. Thurman went in there with Pacquiao his last fight. He lost his title. Okay, Pacquiao's in some sort of Fugazi, tomato, motherfucking recess, a champion in recess, when he doesn't even meet any of the guidelines internal to the script, into the wording of champion in recess. But he's in recess. So Ugas now gets a damn, you have mail. You have mail. So Ugas got the, you have mail, and picked up his title. But Thurman is saying, hey, for real though, that's my title. He might start coming at Ugas and say, don't duck me, son. Don't do it. Don't duck me. You have my title. You have my title. Don't duck me, son. Haney team putting out fight. Haney team putting out fight Linares instead of Fortuna. I know Fortuna is a more dangerous fight than Linares, but damn, it's time to step up. I would definitely want to see the Javier Fortuna fight, because anybody who knows and have heard me speak on Jorge Linares, come on now, I would rather see the Javier Fortuna. Look at Jorge Linares' record, and you tell me what you see with his L's. Not how many L's. Not how many L's. Nope. We don't want to see no Jorge Linares that goes in there to a similar fight with Vasil Lomachenko and gets stopped by somebody who we know that's not a knockout artist, because he's been stopped several times before. Even before facing Vasil Lomachenko, I don't want to see him in there no more. I don't want to see Jorge Linares at all right now, especially against Haney. I don't want to see that shit. Javier Fortuna, yeah, younger. Put Javier Fortuna in there. Hurry up. Because next they'll be calling him the Luis Ortiz of the lightweight division. I mean, Javier Fortuna, man, he like 53 years old, right? What's going on, Juice? How you feel? He's undisputed, bro. Face it. The new scripture. Teofimo Lopez is undisputed, man. Face it. I know it's hard to digest, but look, get a chaser. Throw that salt tablet in there. Chase it down. You know what I'm saying? Just chase it down, dog. It'll be okay. Don't worry about it. Because Mauricio Suleiman said, we are doing away with tradition and moving towards evolution. If you're not willing to see the changes that we are making, then so be it. Mauricio said, we're doing away with tradition and we're moving forward towards evolution. Come on, man. When you dilute the preface of a belt, there, Juice, you have to understand that boxing has no governing body. We're not talking about the damn promotions, the sanctioning bodies having governing. Boxing as a whole don't have a governing body. It's everywhere, right? So when you look at it in that perspective, you have to say he's undisputed, because within the scripture and what's been written, that's what they're changing over to. It's only a matter of time for Mauricio to insert another franchise belt or belts into these other organizations. And then through sight, through the visual, we're going to keep on seeing franchise belts. And then it's going to be a thing of the past. We're not going to be worrying about this. We're not going to be saying, well, whoever has this, it's just going to be like the WBA. Real talk. It's just the WBA is not as popular as the WBC sanctioned body. You're going to have to get used to it. You're going to have to acclimate to the new language, man. I was hard on Porter for a couple of days after the fight for not getting Formella out of there, but Formella was getting touched up, though. Formella was getting touched up, but Sean Porter's a good guy, dog. Sean Porter said, I'm not going to knock you out. I'm not going to knock you out. I'm going to touch you up a little bit so they won't be dogging me, but I'm not going to knock you out. Don't worry about it. Can you imagine if Sean Porter would have gave him that Spence energy? If Porter would have gave Formella the Spence energy, that dude would have been looking terrible. Terrible. But Sean Porter is a good guy, dog. Sean Porter should be the life coach of boxing. Could you imagine you have an appointment with Sean Porter? He comes in there with an all green suit on, with a big ass hat on. I'm serious. Sean Porter should be the life coach of boxing, man. Real talk. He's fighting. His fight is going to purse bid, so he's not getting a fight purse right now. Oh, the right purse right now. Okay. Sean Porter is strong, but his punching power is suspect. Maybe it's a placement and accuracy thing, but his punching power just isn't there. I agree with that. Sean Porter, you know, he has very medium punching power. I would agree with that. Real talk. I agree with that. But he's a dog, though. I like Sean Porter. He always come to fight. He's a dog, man. And I respect him. When his name pop up on the scene, I say, I'll watch it. I always say that about Sean Porter. I'll watch it. You know, and I thought for sure the only reason I watch him and Formella is because boxing media. And I just had to, you know, provide analytics on the fight. And Sean Porter, you know, Sean Porter's a top welterweight. Lomachenko, total sore loser. I agree. Mike said Lomachenko is food now. I don't know if he's food right now. Somebody else has to put that L on him. You know, we're looking at Salido and Lopez. So we got to look for somebody else to put that L on him to say he food. Who is it going to be? Seriously, who is it going to be, man? To be honest with you, I'm not going to lie, man. Though I would watch the fight, if he was to step in there with Haney, I think it'd be a boring ass fight. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I think that fight between him and Haney would be on the outside. You know, Lomachenko pressing the issue and Devin Haney popping the jab out there, staying active on the stick, and you know, landing his right hand counter whenever Lomachenko get in too close. You know what I'm saying? And just keeping distance, spacing. Footwork, you know. Word is Fortuna turned the Haney fight down. At one point in time, Fortuna did. Not recently, but at one point in time, Javier Fortuna, for whatever reason, he did. But they was on the Boxing Voice acting like this shit is about to come together. Oh, we was going to see Haney and Javier Fortuna right away. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I'm not a Javier Fortuna fan. When I was in Texas to watch Errol Spence knock out Carlos Ocampo in one fucking round. Also, I seen that night Javier Fortuna quit when he was in there against Adrian Granados. And we all know Adrian Granados. I'm talking about the older Adrian Granados, not the one who got stopped by Danny Garcia. I'm talking about Adrian Granados that was in there with Sean Porter, grinding. Same thing he was doing with freaking Javier Fortuna. Javier Fortuna got hit and he fall all over the ring apron and looked like he's in trouble. He quit. They took him out on a stretcher. He was putting on a show. And then, you know, back there in the locker room, he was up walking around doing just fine. Nah. You know, but his last fight, he did okay. You know what I'm saying? I ain't fucking with freaking Linares. Hell no. Look at his box rec, man. Just look at his box rec. Salute D Hodges. How you feel, man? Salute, man. Mister, I can't see Haney stopping Loma. Would be a great fight, though. I can't see it either. But you know who I can see Haney stopping is Linares. Why? Just the same as I said is Luke Campbell. Luke Campbell is comfortable with coming in second place. So therefore, when he stepped in with Ryan Garcia, I knew Luke Campbell was gonna get stopped. I knew something damn suspenseful was gonna work against Luke Campbell. He's used to coming in second place. He's used to it. He's cool. But they want to elevate Ryan Garcia to this hierarchy and say, "Oh man, let's put him in the top 3." Man, get the fuck out of here. What are you saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't agree that Haney and Loma is going to be a knockout either. But like I said before, I think it'll be a very, very boring fight. And then in the post-conference, we'll hear some shit like, you know, it's hit or not get hit. I boxed him, and it's the sweet signs. I don't have time for it tonight. I don't. Black Star say WBC disrespecting the sport. and it's past champion time to trash that belt. Well, it's hard to trash the WBC belt when there's so many of them, first of all. And then you look at Jose Sulaiman and the legacy and foundation that he built and who he passed it on to, Mauricio Sulaiman. It's going to be very tough. It will be very tough, y'all, for that franchise belt to go away. It's going to be very tough. You think Mauricio Sulaiman pockets are ever dry? Do you believe Mauricio wakes up in the morning and he just rolls slightly, to the edge of the bed and he don't slide off that motherfucker because, his sheets are silk? You know what I'm saying? His sheets are silk. Let me see what they're talking about. Stop playing, Lopez. Yeah, man. You probably here looking at me. Stop playing, man. Absolutely, bro. Come on, man. You know what it is. They should be coming on right now. Yeah, I don't want to, keep on teasing y'all, but they should be coming on right now. I just see the text from the best say Haney stop Loma with those pillow. Haney stopping Loma with those pillow. I don't think so. I don't think so. Not at all. 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 Sean Porter is a much better person than a boxer, and he's a great fighter. I would definitely break bread with the man and listen to what he got to say. Absolutely, I totally agree. I totally agree. You know what I'm saying? I'll listen to Sean Porter as a person. You know what I'm saying? He's a good guy. He's a good guy. Real talk. He's a good guy. Haney versus Norman looks like Bradley versus Marquez. Yeah, man, that's what it's going to turn into, man. Suleiman sleeps upside down with his count tracker. Oh, shit. We are moving away from tradition and towards evolution. Man. Come on now. Come on now. Let's go. Let's go there, Lopez. What's this? Steven, what's good, man? Here go Lopez Sr.
Maybe May or June. Yeah, beginning of June, huh? We don't know nothing yet. Because we don't want to lose the IBF. Hey, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, what's going on, Junior? How you feeling today, man?
I'm feeling great. We're over here at the gym, taking care of business, like always.
Where y'all at? Vegas? Y'all in Vegas now, right?
Yeah,
y'all
I'm in Vegas.
Okay. So how long he been in training camp, man?
Well, he stays busy. He stays busy. He runs almost every day, and right now we're just starting. We're just starting. You just got to start. Start getting ready. I think we're fighting maybe beginning of June or beginning of May.
From what I'm hearing, man, is it true that y'all might be stepping into MSG?
Man, there's a lot of noise. Hold on a second.
All right.
Okay, what you said?
Is it true y'all might be stepping in MSG, man? Y'all might be fighting MSG or not?
Most likely we will. Most likely, because they got a ban in Australia. We you know we got to fight a mandatory. They're not taking no money. You
Okay.
know, they ain't taking no payoffs. You know, so we can fight somebody else. So this is the fight we need to fight. And
Okay.
it's something big coming. You know, and everybody gonna find out everything real soon. You know, we doing it business wise now. The takeover, we took over. You know, we beat the man that we had to beat, and that's what we had to do. And you know, now we got to think about making money. You know, at
Hey,
the
I
same
feel you.
time, you know, protecting our belts. You know, that's
I feel you.
why you know we fighting Comboses. Um, you know, for people to say that my son is dodging everybody or whatever it is, listen, none of those guys has fought nobody in the top 10. You know, we had to do it the hard way. Lomachenko made us do it the hard way. And, you know, and that's how we got him. So why should we be giving these guys an opportunity, you know, and they only using our names for clout? You know, that's what it's all about. You know, we
Yeah.
bringing in more numbers than all of them. You know, we did almost 5 million views on ESPN alone, just on that platform alone. You know, numbers that nobody sees. So, you know, all this stuff that they, you know, that they're pay-per-view stars and all that. You're not a pay-per-view star only because you fight in pay-per-view. You know, you're a pay-per-view star when you make the numbers on pay-per-view. So that's all I gotta say, man. You know, I'm content with what we have done already with only 16 fights. You know, it's just something that it's never gonna be broken in boxing. You know, that's gonna stay in history forever. You
Oh
know,
yeah.
undisputed. It's on the books. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care if nobody believes it, but we on the books. You know, my son, best fighter of 2020 is on the books.
You trainer,
You
trainer of the
yeah,
year.
trainer of the year is on the books, and we won the two big ones. You know, Ring Magazine and the Boxing Association. You know, the Writers Association. So you know, I'm happy. I got the two best awards. You know, I'm there with all the greats. You know, so and my son as well. So you know, we just happy, man. We just
Yeah,
happy.
I have some pretty good questions to ask T.O., man, because you know he's hit another level, man. Since I've seen y'all early on when he was fighting Edis Tatley, you know, Diego Magdaleno, things have changed, man. Y'all have changed levels for sure. And I like your language and treating this as a business. You have every right
Exactly.
to do that. You know what I'm saying? You have every
Exactly.
right to do that.
Exactly. And you know, and another thing, these guys ain't gonna fight us, man. They just saying that because they know that my son is the hottest thing right now. So they gotta mention his name. You know, but they don't really want to fight us. You know, they're gonna freaking price themselves out or whatever it is. It's easy to call people out. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, when it's the real shit, trust me, they're not gonna want to fight us. And
What
and I already know that, so I don't even pay mind to that. That's why I don't even mention names no more, because you know I'm tired of that. I'm tired of mentioning names. You know, I'm gonna do what I got to do with my son. You know, we're in the business to make money. You know, that's why it's called price fighting. You know, we fighting
yeah.
for a price. So you know, we're gonna take that right now, and then later on we will think about fighting the rest of the guys. I mean, we still got time. He's only 23 years old. You know, he's a baby. You know, so we have enough time. You know, so I want to get the right fights, and I don't care who we fight. I know we're always going to win. You
Yeah.
know, my son has won. You know, the only 4 fights that he hasn't knocked somebody out, they've all been through unanimous decisions. You know, we never had any split decisions or anything like that. So I'm
So
happy with that.
tell me this, Junior. You know, Javante Davis and Devin Haney. What does Teofimo's seek to gain? I don't even think it moves him higher on the pound for pound list if he fights Javante or Devin Haney.
Exactly. We already on the pound for pound list, and fighting those guys ain't gonna make us better. They don't got nothing that we want. You know, they
And
don't
that's
got
the
nothing that
problem
we
right now
want.
in the lightweight division. How does he have any game besides money to go in there and establish any other, you know, another notch on his legacy by fighting Javante, Ryan Garcia, or Devin Haney? I don't see it.
Exactly. You know, so I don't even pay mind to those guys. You know, they have their own narratives, and I have mine, and I know what I'm doing. You know, we fought the top dudes. We fought everybody. These guys haven't even fought one top dude in the 10. You know, so why are they talking all that smack when they haven't even done nothing in the sport? You know,
I
it's
feel
like
you.
if you're in the little leagues and you want to go to the major leagues, man, you got to go through it. You know, sweat, tears, and pain. And when you start trading, that's how it is, man. We're not just gonna give a guy an opportunity only because he's talking shit. I don't care what they say. I don't care if they say we scared. So what? We scared. So what? I don't give a damn. You know, I know what I got. At the end of the day, you know, I told everybody, man, we was gonna take over. We took over. You hear my son
Yeah,
in the background.
for sure, man.
You
Hey,
want to talk to him now?
oh, yeah, absolutely. I'll talk to
Okay.
him for sure.
How you doing?
Champ, what's good, man? Appreciate you pulling up. You know, this is the one and only 23-year-old, undefeated, 16-0, 12 knockouts, the undisputed Teofimo Lopez. How you feeling, man?
Feeling like a champ, man. We at the gym right now, as you can see. Yeah, about to get this work in, even without no fight day. That's just how we all stay ready. We stay ready so we don't have to get ready.
Hey, I hear that, Teo. Hey, let me ask you this, man. You know, it's a lot that's been going on since you've taken over the lightweight division. You know, all the hype behind it. Why do you think people ignore the fact that you faced Masayoshi Nakatani, Richard Comey, and Vasil Lomachenko, but now you should give everybody a shot? Why do they feel just disregard those three opponents and give them a shot?
Because nobody do their research, you know? They don't know. You know, we fought the top guys. We've been fighting the top guys since 2018, you know, for like 2-3 years now. So it's like, it's just that everybody want they want things given to them, but these things are earned. You got to go out there and you got to prove it to everybody. So how is it that I go out there, I got to take the cheap shots and the headbutts and the dirtiness and go out there and collect what I was designed to do and go and win everything and then expect them to take it all. You know, here you go. Here's your plate and it has this much food in it. Here you go. Nah, you got to go and make your food. You got to go get up from your seat, go out there, grab your food, you know, and that's what we did, man. Now we get to eat our food. And the whole thing now is all about just maintaining that. We on the throne, and a lot of people just don't like it, man. They just want. The thing is that we got what everybody wants, and everybody, and that's the thing. That's all it is. But it's nothing but love. That's all I see it as. They just want to be in our shoes. That's all it is. But we did it the hard way. We did it the right way, and they can never take that away from us.
Hey, I agree, Teo. Hey, one thing about it, you don't owe anybody nothing because at the end of the day, you were splitting the ropes and you the one went in there and got it done. You know what I'm saying? Explain to the people in short form, right? The situation that you made, the decision that you made to abandon the WBC and go the IBF route when you was ranked above Devin Haney at the time. Explain them shortly on why you chose to go the IBF route. All right, I see you with the WBC on. I got you.
All right, the reason why, look, I'll tell you like this, man. A lot of people, we've been talking about it for a long time now that 135 division, you know, it's a division that I've been at for many years. I mean, it's been more than half a decade that I've been in this weight division. So the thing is like these guys are just coming up to my division. I've been at this division. So when we did the IBF, it was not that it was, we ain't nobody. The thing is that it make me laugh how they say this whole, why fight many more fights if I only have to fight 2 fights to get all the belts? That's what we did. We beat Richard Comey, and then we had all the belts with Lomachenko. So that was the route that if we were looking at that, all right, what gives us the option of, all right, if we do this whole WBC tournament, I got to fight 3-4 more times just to get to Lomachenko. Nah, I'd rather take the route where I fight only twice, less damage, and I get all the belts. And I did it at 23 years old. Would have done it at 22. But, you know, everything happens for a reason.
You know, my saying to you on the tail is that you became champion in just over 3 years, but you became famous in under 4. I'm serious. You became famous in under 4 years in the game, man. That's crazy.
The whole thing, man, it's we do the unthinkable. We do the things that have never been done before. You know, I love breaking records. I love making history. And those are the things that we shoot for always. My next goal is to fight at 140 to become undisputed back to back. There's so many things, and then go from there, and face those guys at 147 as well.
Hey, who is worthy, man? After you go ahead and fight Kambosos there, Teo, who is worthy? Who's on your radar, bro? You know what I'm saying? We heard Devin Haney.
We'll all see when Devin fights, whenever he fights, when Tank fights, whenever he fights, and we see who's next on the plate, who looked the most best. That's what I'm going off of. See, a lot of people say that, I'm ducking or all these things. It makes me laugh. But the thing is, it's like this, man. You got to show some type of, you got to look real impressive in there. Even though Tank fought a 122 pounder, he looked impressive by knocking him out like that. You know what I mean? So, and that right there gives him the credibility of be like, hey, come on, man, come to this side and fight us. But, they're not going to do that. Floyd got his guy right now in his station. So we got to, the next guy is my mandatory right now.
Okay, for sure. So what? So you saying the one that's probably on your radar that's accessible is Haney or Gervonta?
All of them are. All
Even
of them.
Ryan Garcia.
However,
If you're talking about performance, Ryan Garcia isn't worthy for anything. He just got dropped.
none of those guys are worthy though.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, yes, what brings more views and everything will be those fights, obviously. But with this fight right now, the thing is that people talk about this whole, I'm already undisputed. I'm the lightweight undisputed world champion. But since people want to throw their 2 cents in and say that Devin is the world champion and all those things, then if I fight Devin, I have to let go of my IBF world title. So then it will no longer become, quotations, undisputed again.
Correct.
Because one belt is missing.
Correct.
But people don't understand that because people are casuals. They don't know the science or the business from boxing and how it works.
I want to while I have you on here, I wanted to see if you remember, when we was at the MGM Grand there, Teo. I'm not sure if you remember.
All these fighters, Tank, Haney, those guys are gonna get an ass whooping, whether it's from me or for somebody else. They're not ready for the league. They're not. They're not ready for the league. And even though they say they are, maybe they'll be ready for the guys that they put them with, but they're not ready for Teofimo. None of them.
I feel you,
I'm over here. I've been training. I've been working. None of those guys are ready, man. They could say whatever they want to say. They need a hype man to boost them up. But no, I'm just saying, like, all those guys, by me even mentioning them, it's giving credibility when they don't even deserve it. They've been clout chasing over Floyd. They've been clout chasing over Canelo. Teofimo's done it by himself. Give me props on that. I ain't dick riding nobody. Sorry for my language, but that's just it.
Hey, you know how they talk about being like pretty or money, right? Who would they compare Teo to be like?
Like neither one. I'm my own, unique. Teofimo Lopez, the takeover. That's what I am, the takeover. I ain't no pretty boy, and I ain't no Money Mayweather. I'm gonna do it my way. Floyd did it his way. Congratulations on him. Canelo's doing it his way, and Teofimo's gonna do it his own way. I got the throne. I set the wave, and it's not in any people gonna say that, man, this guy is really full of himself. I ain't full of myself. It's just that put him in front of me and I'm gonna beat him. I have the confidence and I know that. I went over there and I stepped up to the plate. These guys had the opportunities. They never stood up to the plate. So where that leave us at? We believe in ourselves more than they believe in themselves.
Hey, Teo, I got to ask you this, man. Team Williams sent a shout out to you. Do you remember us being at the MGM Grand when you was just chilling?
Of course, you had Go ahead.
I was just wondering. They gave a shout out to you. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Team Williams Jr. You remember that?
No, of course I did, man. Hey, I remember. Hey, I heard. Hey, salutes to Michael Williams Jr. and his father. To all you guys, man, doing your thing, man. All love. I want to, let him keep doing his thing. I heard something about him fighting. They were talking about him and Devin or something like that.
Yeah, we called him out.
Yeah, you guys called him out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
We wanted to see if Devin would step up. He was fighting Gamboa. Why not Michael Williams Jr.? You know what I'm saying?
Of course, man. You guys got to go out there and do what you got to do, man. And many blessings, man. Just keep having that faith, hope, and love, man. That's all that matters. You know what I mean?
How many, hey, and let me ask you this. I know you got to go there, champ. How many fights do you have left? I heard you on the interview said pretty much if the money is right at 135, you will stay there more than 2 fights. Or are you committed to moving up to 140?
I stay at 135 forever.
All right. All right. That's what's up. That's what's up. Hey, I know you got to get that work in there, champ. I appreciate you pulling up the World Combat Sports. I look forward to seeing you again, man. Stay close, man. And remember World Combat Sports.
I want to thank World Combat Sports. I want to thank you guys. I want to thank everyone that's tuning in right now, man. Hey, February 18th, they will be announcing my fight with George Kambosos and where it'll be at. But till then, stay tuned. The Takeover.
The Takeover. Salute, champ. Appreciate you. Undisputed.
Undisputed, baby. Take care. God bless.
All right, you too, man. That was the one and only Teofimo Lopez, man. You know, he's in training. So you got to get in where you fit in with these fighters, man. Especially, you know, me, man. You know, I do this stuff all by my low. You know what I'm saying? So every one of you that popped in for the champ, I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. I appreciate you because, you know, you pulling up. It's all about supporting boxing. And that man right there is at the top of the food chain. You know what I'm saying? I had the opportunity to cover him when he didn't have no belts. He wasn't even close to getting a belt. But at the end of the day, man, he's always been a stand-up cat, dog. You know, not stuck up and shit. Hold on for a second. He never been stuck up. Real talk. When you talk about a cool cat, I know a lot of people saying Teofimo Lopez ego has changed since he picked up his belt. And you know, to be honest with you, how competitive I am, it should change. Real talk. It should change. I know when I was competing in certain things, because I'm gonna be honest with you, bikes was my life. I was running motorcycles before I was out of high school. I ain't talking about no dirt bike shit. I'm talking about street. And I went in there with the mentality that showed me something I ain't seen before on a level of adrenaline. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, you start making all these achievements as in boxing, and you the one going in there competing, and you win all these titles in under 4. You become famous in under 4 years. You get the lineal title. Your attitude should be different. You should have an ego. I'm just saying. You know, no knock on anybody else. Imagine if Gervonta Davis was able to do what Teofimo did. Baltimore stand up. Baltimore stand up, man. You couldn't tell Calvin Ford, Kenny Ellis, none of them cats shit. Because they said, look what we got back here. Look at all those belts hanging back there. You can't fuck with Tank. Devin Haney. Bill would have been on here. Listen, look what we got back here. Put the light back on up here. That's what you're supposed to do. That's what the fuck you're supposed to do. So don't worry about his attitude. Just worry about his performance. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about his fucking attitude, y'all. Mike Lopez, Ryan brings the most clout. Now, Lopez, I don't agree with Ryan bringing the most clout, my brother, because I look at it like this. This social media shit, man, is AI. It's artificial intelligence. It is. It's not true, raw intel. I'm being honest. Ryan Garcia having all those followers, but yet every time I see him live, I have not seen him live with 5,000 to 10,000 viewers at one freaking live. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it. I'm being honest. I haven't seen it. So if you got over 8 million followers on IG and you drop on IG, you should have at least 1 million in that motherfucker, dog. Like, they should look at your IG live and say, oh my God, Ryan has all the clout. He has 1 million viewers. That shit is fake, man. You walking through Haney's shots, young killer. One belt is missing, but a new one just appeared out of nowhere. Listen, Black Star. Hey, I understand that people just don't want to accept it because it's Devin Haney. Me, I guess I always will look at it as if It's a thinking man's game, especially in this boxing, because at the beginning, you have to split the ropes and you have to contend as yourself. You have to go in there and think. Even what you learn, whatever you've learned, hours and hours and hours, you have to go in there and make those changes. And just like they always use, Floyd Mayweather saying, a true champion will adapt to anything, right? So therefore, when you look at the entire situation, when you seen Black Star, you seen the WBC tournament crumbling. When Mauricio said, no matter who wins, you're not getting a shot at Lomachenko. So basically, he didn't say you never would get a shot at Lomachenko, because Mauricio Suleiman is the WBC president. He's not the president over the boxing governing body, because it's none. It's nothing. So therefore, what happens? You find a loophole in it. Where are you trying to get to? Lomachenko. Is he the unified champion? Yes, he is. Boom, I got to get the fuck up out of here. Let me go over here to the IBF. Who am I fighting? Oh, let me fight Nakatani. It's going to be a tough fight. 18-0. I'm going to do that shit. Boom, go in there, take some damage early, make adjustments, win the fight. Next, championship. Just over 3 years in the game, you go in there and stop Richard Comey in 2 rounds. You don't supposed to brag about that shit? Nah, it's not time yet. Why? Because Vasyl Lomachenko, he is the unified champion. If he would have been patient after facing Luke Campbell, all he had left to establish his pound-for-pound status, even really close to Canelo Alvarez, if he would have just said, okay, let me fight Teofimo Lopez. He only had 1 freaking belt remaining, the IBF title. He only had 1 fucking belt left. And he chose to go the franchise route. Look, he had 1 belt left to be undisputed. He had to go in there and face Teofimo Lopez. It would have been no disputing, no nothing. What trumps what? He could have just as well picked that fight and say, you know what? Let me make this fight with Teofimo Lopez. You know why he took that franchise? Because he was a little arrogant. Vasyl Lomachenko believed that no rematch clause, he can go in there and defeat Teofimo Lopez. That's why he didn't have no rematch clause. Fuck it. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? That's why he didn't have a rematch clause. That's why he requested a franchise belt. He did away with a portion of his duties, but yet and still, he still felt he won the WBC anyway. So if he was to go ahead and defeat Teofimo Lopez, he would be considered the undisputed. Nobody would be talking about Devin Haney's belt, because that belt Devin Haney has is Vasyl Lomachenko's, right? So nobody will be talking about, well, you need to face Devin Haney. And Vasyl say, no, I do not. That used to be my belt. I gave it to him. That's real talk, people. I'm just being absolutely genuine to the game. That's Vasyl Lomachenko. He would have said, how am I not undisputed? I picked up the IBF title. I won the WBC against Luke Campbell. Now I'm undisputed. And people's like, no, you got the franchise. It wouldn't have fucking mattered. That is Vasyl Lomachenko we talking about. So since Teofimo Lopez went in there and defeat Vasyl Lomachenko, who had the WBC title, he was able to get this franchise transferred. Come on, man. You can't fuck with that, dog. You can't fuck with that undisputed shit. Because he beat the man who already had the WBC title. He beat him, man. You cannot draw any type of inadequacy or inconsistencies to it. Lomachenko was the man. He was top pound for pound right behind Canelo. In some people's eyes, he was above, whatever. And he got beat. I'm just keeping it authentic, man. Ain't no takeover. You ducking. Man, J8, stop it. Stop it. Nobody ain't ducking no Haney, man. Please, get out of here. Hey, listen, J8. Listen. I appreciate you pulling up. Make sure you stay nice and cozy in the live chat, J8, because when that fight is made, you just heard Teofimo say what? He can stay at 135 forever. So make sure you stay here so we can make this bet. I don't want no ducking, no dodging, no running. When the fight is official, please do me a favor, make the bet. And like I said before, I hope the fight is somewhere close to October, November time frame. You know what I'm saying? Because then I can use the money that I win from J8. You know, I can go ahead and get the family something for Christmas, all the Christmas specials and Black Fridays. I can use his money. I don't even have to dig in my own shit. You know what I'm saying? So stay close, bro. Stay close, man. HLD, Teofimo Lopez 16-0 against 3 top 10 contenders, 2 of them being champions, and about to fight Kambosos ranked 8th. Haney, Tank, Ryan got combined record 70-0 against only 1 top 10 opponent between them. Good, a damn good summary. I always like criteria when it's put together. I have read that before, and I know totally what you putting in here. It's absolutely 100%. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely 100%. Teofimo Lopez have fought top 10 opposition. Now, what comes into play is people want to ignore that and just place the belt into it. Me, if I was in the position, I will have to demand of myself to recognize what he just put in there. Have I beat a top 10 opposition? No, I'm not fucking hating because I'm identifying something that is true. I'm identifying it. I haven't fought a top 10 opposition. So therefore, the belt don't fucking matter. Team Lopez is telling you what? Team Lopez is saying this. Fight somebody. The reason why it makes all the sense in the world is because Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez is in one of their primary divisions where they have both earned world titles in their first division. Period. They have earned it. But when it comes down to that fateful day that I was there at the MGM Grand, a little small clip that I just showed you, that same clip that you see Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez, I was right there with Barbershop. I have the same clip. I have the exact same clip. When, you know, they talking back and forth to one another, talking about how sparring and everything. I was right there. I have the same audio. I have the same video. A lot has changed since then. You know what I'm saying? A lot has changed, my friend. And, you know, that's the good thing about professions, especially when it comes to competing on the highest level. Things change. You know, they talk about, you know, you're talking about 2 individuals that didn't have belts at that time. Then, you know, several months later, they're in 2 different lanes. One person never fights a champ for the belt, and the other person goes a different route and gets all the gold. Not only does he get all the gold, he sets history. He sets motherfucking history. You cannot deny this shit, man. You got to be true to yourself. This dude set history. The opponents that he was able to go through to get to the final destination, to be the man, you got to beat the man. He went up there and defeated Vasil Lomachenko, dog. His only loss was Orlando Salido in his second professional fight. Now let me break this down a little bit more, right? On how special that was what he did, right? Do you know Vasil Lomachenko? He had fights. He had more professional fights before. Just, you know, his career is a bit of a lie when it comes to professional. All right? Because they say the man got a title shot on his second professional fight. But that's not true because he did have professional fights. And him and his team didn't even want those professional fights to be adjudicated to his freaking professional record. So they allowed him to fight professionally and then turn the key to say, now we're going to damn record this shit. Now we're going to record it. They wanted this shit to happen on his first. Then he failed on the second. And they ended up being successful in the third. But solid point there, HLD. Solid point, bro. I agree. In this particular case, numbers don't lie. No matter how you want to look at it, people. In this case, numbers don't lie. Real talk. I don't care what it is, bro. Look, I don't care whatever you're trying to say. I know certain people, this came at me or whatever, but you have to understand one thing. These fighters that's on the high level that I support, Deontay Wilder and Teofimo Lopez, was going on genuinely on the grind. You know what I'm saying? So you can't hold me to anything except what I'm doing out here. Me being my age, I covered Teofimo Lopez before he was champion, period. Point blank, period. Had the opportunity to cover Deontay Wilder while he was champion. You know what I'm saying? Cover Michael Williams Jr. while he was, still gaining his wins. It's called work. And the only thing I can say about the people that's trying to make this about the belt is that you need to look at the numbers. Top 10 opponents. If just say you put Devin Haney in T.O.'s place, and T.O. last opponent was Gamboa, and he looked like Devin Haney. What are you going to say? You ain't fight nobody. Gervonta knocked him out last year. No, you need to fight somebody. Fuck that. Fight somebody. Teofimo Lopez would be in the worst position than Devin Haney, because I don't think the Haneys would give Teofimo a shot if he chose to get stuck over there to the WBC. I'm just saying, it's not talking bad about them. I'm just keeping it in my honest opinion. You don't never hear me always say facts. If you're speaking something that makes sense, that's all that matters. You know what I'm saying? Y'all didn't even know that Nakatani best win to out the Videjo. Listen, you might be right. But check this out, J8. Once again, off what HLD said. Numbers don't fucking lie. Nakatani was ranked above Teofimo Lopez in the IBF, dog. Who cares? Look at all the other ranking systems and see who you know. Go down past number 5 and it gets real fuzzy. You got the beer goggles on and you're up here like, oh shit, what? Look at it. Just check out some of these popular divisions where we like talking about top 5 and you tell me for yourself. I've heard the same violin string pop several times on Nakatani. No one knew who he was before he fought Felix Verdejo. How? Teofimo Lopez defeated him. He was 18-0. Tio gave him his first loss. So no one really knew who Masayoshi Nakatani if you was a casual, if you was a temporary to the sport, because you knew Nakatani was there because he was 18-0 and he was ranked pretty damn high. He was ranked in the top 10. So yeah, the hardcore boxing fans knew who he was. You know how they knew who he was? Because when he gave Teofimo a little bit of problem, so to speak, people was up here. He couldn't even handle Masayoshi Nakatani. How the fuck he gonna be champion and this, that, and the other? He got exposed. That's what they said, right? He was exposed. He sure was exposed. And when they signed that dotted line for Richard Comey, just over 3 years in the game, and went in there and destroyed Richard Comey. And he actually likes Richard Comey. So he destroyed Richard Comey. But people gonna say, oh man, Richard Comey, man. Richard Comey, who was he? Well, were y'all saying that when he was champion? No, he was the bona fide champion, and Teofimo Lopez defeated him. And we already know the rest with damn Vasil Lomachenko. J8, you sound a little grumpy. Eric, appreciate you. Said good interview. Appreciate you, man. D-Ray said great interview. I appreciate it, man. Real talk. A little bit shorter than I like, but I run into T.O. again. I respect him still, man. Listen, that man didn't know me, and I was up there eating with his family when he finished knocking out Diego Magnolino. Good people, man. His mom bought me a Long Island, man. I done showed y'all this shit before. It doesn't hurt me when you say dick riders when it comes to the dick on Deontay Wilder, because you obviously don't know what media is. Y'all don't know what media is, Because I probably got more footage than damn near everybody on this YTBC. I ain't gonna lie to you. From the amateurs on up to here, I probably got more media shit on my hard drives. I don't go around here bragging on that shit, but calling me a fanboy and a dick rider, that's a little bit, you know what I'm saying? I need to show y'all before they was champions now. Before these champions, don't act like you got a hand over eye syndrome. Before they was champions, people.
Well, maybe I'm out of line, but I'll take the blame.
Sipping on Long Island.
There's a better
It's a long day. I ain't chilling with Team Lopez. What's going on, man? Man, y'all know what it is, man. Stop playing. Stop hating. Stop hating, man. You know who bought me that Long Island? His mom. That's what good people they are, man. This is no cap. I was covering T.O. I walked out with T.O. Find another YTBC member than walked out with a world champ right now. I walked out with him to the ring. Video is up on YouTube and everything. I walked out all the way. I was back in the locker room, all that shit. Got pictures and everything. And I'm only a dick rider for one fighter? Come on now. Come on, man. Respect the grind, dog. Even Josh Greer Jr. Covering Josh Greer Jr., man. Come on, man. Y'all tripping, dog. T.O., look, T.O. a good person. I don't give a fuck about his ego. He a good person, man. Michael Williams Jr. and them, they good people. They family. You know, Team Roy Jones, they good people, dog. They good motherfuckers, dog. Come on, man. Y'all got to stop with this shit. Ignoring the fact that people up here like myself putting in hard work. And look, I'm not even on this shit like this. Like once this damn places start opening up, I'm even have more. Now that I'm locked in and I know what I'm doing on here, it's gonna be even better. Because I wasn't even on YTBC like this when before the pandemic. I was motherfucker just posting. Look, I was posting videos to YouTube. Real talk. That's it. I wasn't even going live. Steven said, what's your thoughts on Breland saying Wilder doesn't train? For somebody who's been in the camp and who can legitimately speak on certain things, and no matter what you say, those of you that keep on saying Deontay Dick Riders, you're just jealous. I know you are. You're just jealous. Yeah, because you're just jealous. You don't want to talk about the work. But at no time am I going to sit up here and say Breland is right. Because I haven't been in the camp continuously for a whole 8-week camp. Now, things happen. Let's say, for instance, Mark Breland, as long as he's been in the camp, he couldn't get Deontay Wilder to throw a straight jab, right? But don't you have to throw a jab with a 1-2? Pop, pop. You know what I'm saying? Didn't he throw a jab with Dominique Brazil? I asked JDs at the MGM Grand, I say, do you have a name? Do you have a number? Do you have some type of alias for that punch combination he hit Dominique Brazil or he hit Luis Ortiz with, right? And JD says the blind 2. Along with the blind 2, you throw a straight jab and you come right behind it with the 2. While the jab is distracting or blinding the opposition. Now, Mark Breland is saying that Deontay Wilder wasn't doing what he asked him to do. He didn't have his phone number. Man, you wasn't talking to your fighter. And I asked you this right here. I asked you this, Mark. Were you getting paid? Was it a point in time that when you said you had to run things through JD's? What was the response? Did they prorate your pay because you was trying to teach Deontay Wilder to throw a jab, and then the next fight, the shit didn't last but 2 rounds? Are you really not understanding that you had in your possession a knockout artist? So therefore, if you don't get the Romain Stavern distance, you don't get the Johan Duhaupas all the way to the 11th and some other fights, if you don't get a continuous, you know what I'm saying, a continuous flow, then what do you want him to do if you don't get the Tyson Fury draws, rematches? If you don't get them every so often, what are you talking about? He wouldn't do what you told him to do. Quit, leave. You stayed around. You didn't leave until he lost. And you mad at the comments, man. The kid does back it up, though. I agree, Blueprint. I agree. Breland, a UK prop. Yeah, man, it seems like Breland has taken the bag, you know. Michael Williams Jr. in the building. Salute to you. He's about to step into the ring once again. Team Williams in the building, 150. Appreciate you, man. Family in the building. You know what I'm saying? It's a difference between being on the team, eating, and being treated like family, joking around, and then just showing up for work. Black Star Sports TV, Michael Williams Jr. Salute, fam. J.A. Teal Senior talking like they solidified their legacy and Hall of Fame status. Well, what they was able to do is what they was able to do. You know what it is, Jay. You just being difficult, dog. I understand you for a particular fighter. I get it. You know. But look, the one thing about it, what if they would have gave Michael Williams Jr. the shot? Team Haney. What would you have had to say if Devin Haney didn't get that W? What? Just let me know. What would it have been? Oh man, he never should have did that. He never should have took that fight. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Duck Masters Coalition right there, man. For real. We called them out and they had to make phone calls to shut it down. That is true. Tell me what Loma did that was legendary. What Loma did was legendary? Who said what he did was legendary? What are you talking about? The only thing I said was legendary was the recent sparring between Gervonta Davis and Brian Norman Jr. What Lomachenko did, what was legendary, vice what he did, that's the foundation to his boxing credentials. It's very, very respectable. You know, the amount of fights he had as an amateur, two-time gold standard Olympian, and then the fact that he has very minimal fights. I know that's questionable. I've said it myself. Lomachenko fought for some vacant titles. Let's get that true. But he was a 3-division champion and he was a unified. You have to give him his credit for that. Blueprint said Michael Williams versus Haney. Hey, there you go. Somebody in the building listening. You know what I'm saying? Michael Williams Jr. versus Devin. But you know what? It's not about that. Because I don't want to get people to start flapping their wings and shit. No, not that shit again. No. We don't want nobody damn atting Devin Haney no more. You know what I'm saying? We don't want them atting him. You know what I'm saying? Because listen, imagine that fight was to take place. It would have did great. Loma has some fluff on his resume. Absolutely, Mitch. Absolutely. Loma been fighting champs since damn near day one as a pro. Well, I also look at it like this, Eric. Vasyl Lomachenko, he should have been fighting champs day one as a pro because he not only fought before he turned professional as a professional, he just didn't turn amateur to professional and it recorded. He fought some fights and got his feet wet with professionals in a tournament. Then he decided, okay, let me go over here and turn professional and try to pick up a championship belt in my second professional fight, which isn't true. He means his second recorded professional fight. Recorded. He has more professional fights that wasn't recorded. But don't get me up here to lie. I always said Lomachenko was overrated. I've always said that Vasyl Lomachenko was overrated. Like I said, the receipts are out there on my YouTube. I've never wavered from that. What champ Gary Russell? Gary Russell wasn't a champ when he fought Vasyl Lomachenko. He wasn't. They fought for the vacant title. He wasn't a champ. And that is the fluff that Mitch was talking about. They fought for a vacant title. You know what I'm saying? They always talk about people fought for the vacant this and the vacant that. It's a lot of champs out here that fought for the vacant title. Absolutely, they did. HLD said Williams Jr. was assassin Haney inside of 5 rounds. You know, we would have definitely liked to see that fight, but unfortunately, you know, people sent the the rescue team. What they call it? What they call that damn document they send out? A cease and assist or whatever. They send that shit out. We don't want the fight. I'm talking about the 2 WBC belts he wears when he fought for one. Not taking what he has done away. Just his belt came out of nowhere. Of course, you know, Mauricio Suleiman, he produces belts off the conveyor, you know, on a regular basis. But if you're talking about, well, the franchise belt had Top Rank on it, I get what you're saying, man. It's a little bit fuzzy in there. People getting away with damn, you know, business type. Hey, man, that's Mauricio. That's Mauricio, man. If he want to get up here and say what he want to say, that's Mauricio. I understand people are mad, but goddamn it, he beat the man who already won the WBC belt. He beat. This is the end all that, Black Star. What other fighter in the lightweight division has defeated more top 10 opposition than Teofimo Lopez? And also, what fighter in the lightweight division, ready, has defeated the top pound for pound? Who? Tell me who in the lightweight division who has defeated the top 2 pound for pound fighter? Who? No one. So if it's no one to put on the back end of that answer, why is it a problem to give Teofimo his credit? It don't matter what the belts he has. That lineal title look pretty, don't it? I mean, you can't take that shit away, dog. Come on, man. You can't take that shit away, dog. Man, you can't take, man. Look, the only belt I really have walking around the house is the lineal title. Just because it's different, it has a lot of colors to it. And then I grab a WBC because the WBC has some pretty belts. You know, I grab the WBC. Every now and then I get the WBA. You know what I'm saying? But that green title looks good. It feels good. You know what I'm saying? It's a pretty belt. I ain't gonna lie. It's a pretty belt. If Haney was in Femo's position, would they be saying the same thing? Man, look, once again, my opinion, I don't think they'd give the man a shot. Not if he had Gamboa, his last opponent. Nah, bro. I'm just telling you what you might not want to hear. I don't think they would have did. They say he ain't fought nobody. Look what we had to go through. They'll be saying the exact same shit Teofimo was saying. Look what we had to go through. Look what we had to go through. Look what we had to go through. It's fucked up, dog. You got to give the man his salute and keep it moving. Oh, Chio requested franchise belt over here. It doesn't matter who requested it. Listen, and in the words of Tay Jones, Canelo Alvarez was the first one to receive the belt. Mauricio Suleiman said he requested it. How can you request something that doesn't exist? Why? Because you might have had predetermined awareness that the belt was coming out. And they made you aware of it by a phone call and say, hey, Cinnamon, we're thinking about making a franchise belt so that you won't have to face your mandatory. Are you good with that? And Cinnamon said, okay, si, senor, I am. And they moved on. We're going away from tradition to evolution. He said, how can you request something that doesn't exist? Canelo Alvarez's own record from Mauricio Suleiman said he requested a franchise belt. Vasil Lomachenko requested the belt. Teofimo Lopez requested the belt. Who gives a fuck? Why, J.A.? Why you going against the grain for nothing? You going against the grain for nothing, bro. Come on, dog. Show some love, man. Deshaun Thompson in the building. What's good, WCS? I'm glad I can end my day listening to you talk about Teofimo, the prospect, after getting my license today. And, you know, I don't know if Deshaun was just trying to throw some shade But he said the prospect. Listen, Teofimo Lopez isn't a prospect no more. He's a unified undisputed champion. How's he a prospect? How's he a prospect? There's a lot of prospects in boxing, but that's not one of them. If Haney was in Teofimo position, I want him to fight Teo. The WBC muddied the waters. I don't blame either fighter. The only culpability I place is the fact that people believe that they should be next when their opposition doesn't say that on their resume. You know what I'm saying? Your opposition doesn't say you're next just because you got a title. This is my same heart. Internally, this is the way I feel with Teofimo saying that, man, look what I had to go through to get the belt. And you just want me to turn and say, here, you get the shot? That's the same shit Floyd was saying. Man, what have they done? Who have they fought? Anybody just can't get a Canelo fight. I'm pretty sure you talk to the Charlo brothers. They say, who is their fault? This, that, and the other. You know, they always make it a point. Who is their fault? Who is their fault? I need to know who they fault. Man, come on, bro. Who did Kambosos fight in the top 10? Look, Kambosos is a mandatory. Now, Juice, understand one thing, right? Did you see what happened to Canelo Alvarez and Gennady Golovkin when they chose to fuck off the IBF? The IBF don't play with their mandatories. So if you heard Teofimo say anything, Teofimo said this. Why would I go fight Devin Haney and lose my IBF and then the fight is not for Undisputed? Why would I do that? Does that not make sense, Juice? Seriously. Why would he go and not fight his mandatory? Because George Kambosos, his father said, Junior said that Kambosos is not taking step-aside money. So with that being said, what? We've seen the IBF strip. How many times did you see Sergey Derevyanchenko get an opportunity to fight twice for the IBF title? He didn't get it done. Then they moved him over in the WBC rankings. How the fuck are we complaining about rankings? Sergey Derevyanchenko lost twice. Even though some people say, no, he didn't lose. I agree with you. But I'm saying he lost twice. Then they switched him over to the WBC and he lost to Jamal Charlo. They accommodated Derevyanchenko. He had 2 shots from a stripped IBF. 2 shots. And couldn't get it done. And then they moved him over to next door to WBC. Still couldn't get it done. That's true, man. Maybe Teo fight wouldn't have to go to a purse bid if he fought Haney. I'm not sure what that means with anything. That makes no sense at all. Absolutely make no sense at all. You're not really understanding. He said whoever Haney fights next, he says he's going to be at 135. So y'all need to just be patient. And Juice, I give you the same. I give you the same preamble that I give J8. Thank you very much for showing up. Be sure to tune in once the fight is made official. And I would more than welcome you to a little, fluff bet. You know what I'm saying? Please stay securely in your position of being Team Haney and bet the money when they finally step in there. Just bet a little bit. I'm not asking for too much. Just bet a little bit. Because there's going to be a lot of money out there floating around when Teofimo Lopez fight Devin Haney, goddammit. And like I said before, if it's Juice, J8, anyone else, I hope the fight is close to Christmas because I'm going to go live and I'm just going to blow all of it. I'm going to say, you know what? As I count this stack right here, I just want to give a warm shout out to J8. And also, not to forget, I want to give a shout out to Juice for their kind donation to World Combat Sports. The fight wasn't even close, but I appreciate you for standing your ground and putting the money in there. But right now, I just wanted to show you a little bit of how I am blowing the money that you provided to me. Okay. So it's not personal. It's just showing my gratitude to you all. So yeah, just make sure you stay close so we can make this bet. That's all I'm saying. Aaron, what's good, man? 21 strong in the building. Salute to you. Mitch, Gary Russell with the Mando sounds like a Drake bar. For real, dog. You ain't never lied, bitch. That shit sound like a Drake bar, dog. Damn, man. I like G Russell though. God damn, you ain't never lied. That's true, man. That shit is true. Teal's confident as he should be, but Haney is a problem for him. Haney, Clown, Gambosis. Wasn't even a fight. It looked like a sparring session. Hey, look. I have another one, y'all. Eric, J.A., and Juice. Please stay close to the live chat. Don't go away in the next year or two. Don't do it. You're part of the team. You're part of the battalion. So stay within the battalion so we can make these bets, okay? All right? Because if, he'll be a problem, I want you to stay around so we can see the problem. You know what I'm saying? Because I know what the problem is, but stay around so we can kind of, make it worth our while. All right? I'm not disputing Teal's record. I'm disputing that he's undisputed, given he has the franchise belt, which is not the belt. It is a belt. It is a belt because Canelo had it. I don't see y'all up here crying about Canelo and Jamal Charlo. I don't see you crying over there. I don't see you crying about Lomachenko doing absolutely nothing with the belt. Vasil Lomachenko, he didn't even defend the franchise belt in their honor. He didn't do shit. He just was elevated the franchise belt and lost it to Teofimo. He did absolutely nothing. What did Canelo do with the franchise belt? Absolutely nothing. Zero. Leave that belt alone, man. He's undisputed. With a record of 16 victories and 0 defeats, 12 coming by way of knockout. He is the reigning, defending, undisputed lightweight world champion, Teofimo Lopez. Don't be mad. Don't be mad. Loma fought in 2 Olympics, winning gold twice, 396-1 in the amateurs. He's still top 3 with his IQ alone. He's a sore loser, but he's still dangerous. Yeah, Lomachenko, man. Like I say, his credentials are commendable. No doubt about it. His credentials are commendable, respectable, gold standard. But I still say on a professional level, when it started for him to step up in competition, he was overrated. I never looked at Lomachenko with analyzing what he was doing in the ring and saying, looking at who he was fighting. People talking about Nicholas Walters. I mean, I'm like, what? What the fuck? Like Mariaga. Like I'm looking like, huh? Linares, you really hyping up Jorge Linares being stopped? He had already been stopped before. Come on. Victor Postal. D-Ray in the building say WCS cooking casual temporary fans. Temporaries, man. They just hanging tight, man. But good comment, HLD, man. Good shit. That is true. But I look at it like this. Him being top 3, yeah, I can't put him in the 4 or 5. I can't do it, but he is a sore loser. But I still think he overrated. But being that he's overrated, I don't think Ryan Garcia beats him. You know what I'm saying? It's questionable if Devin Haney beats him. So Gervonta Davis, it's just a lot about Gervonta Davis to say Lomachenko might get knocked the fuck out. I'm just saying. And then Teofimo Lopez already did what he had to do. If the franchise builds the real title, why is Canelo still the real WBC 160-pound? Look, ask yourself why he isn't contending down there. He vacated the WBA title, right? They raised Yoda Murata, right? So why are we even talking about the 160-pound division? It makes no sense because, like I said before, Juice, if you're listening, He did nothing with the belt besides stay away from Jamal Charlo. That's facts. That's simple. It's simple. It's simple boxing shit, y'all. Why are we talking about Canelo at 60? He haven't did shit with the franchise belt. He hasn't fought Jamal Charlo. He didn't do shit. Nothing. The only person he fought was who? Little G. I'm being Mexican style, big drummer show. Okay. Okay, reloaded. The rematch go down. What happened? Canelo gave him Mexican style, and there was no Mexican. There was no Gennady Mexican. He gave the man what he wanted. Front door access. He gave him front door access. I'm right here in front of you. And Gennady's like, what is this? What is Canelo doing? He's really able. You see this? We didn't train for this? Man, come on, man. Come on, Juice. Why are we talking about the 60-pound, bro? Come on, stop it. Stop it, bro. Loma did all the amateur work versus little ass kids. I think they said 200 of those fights was 17 to 18. I always said, and that's right, Jay, I agree. I always said that Vasyl Lomachenko was up here fighting as a grown-ass man fighting little kids. People know that shit. Undisputed. I'm not gonna go, every other comment explaining that. It's pointless to explain. The man is an undisputed lightweight champion. Whether you like it or not, he's undisputed. I know you don't want to hear that word, but hey, that's what it is, bro. Man, for Williams Jr., you said, who cares who he fought? Man, for Williams Jr., you said, who cares who he fought? Now for Haney, it's about fighting somebody with a name. Before Tio. Okay, let me try to break this down because you got a lot of thoughts going on. So, said, who cares who he fought? Okay, if you're talking about Williams Jr., who cares who he fought, right? Because I'm saying that the person that he had lined up before Michael Williams was Yorkis Gamboa, who's been on the canvas like 15, 16, 17, 20. Okay, so therefore, he didn't have an opponent. He didn't have shit, nothing. So I said, okay, you have Michael Williams Jr. that's 14-0. Who cares who he's fought? Because he's a credible opponent. It's a difference between independent and you. And look, y'all don't know how the process works when you're coming in as an A side and you're looking for opponents and you're not signing anybody. It's an entire process have to go on with individuals. Just say your opponent is the B side. You have to make sure they're taken care of. Your opponent going in there against somebody like Michael Williams Jr., they're going to request a certain amount, or it has to be negotiated. It's not free. You ain't just going down here on the level side, I want to fight you. And how much I'm getting paid. They say, how much I'm getting paid? Because I know about your son. How much I'm getting paid? Are we going to give you like $56? It doesn't fucking work that way, bro. So yeah, I said, who cares who he fought? Because Haney's resume had Abdulayev on it. It had Alfredo Santiago. Bro, don't let me turn the burner up on you. Don't let me turn the burner up. It's too late to be cooking cats. For real. That's why I said, who cares? He had Zaur Abdulayev, 11-0. Alfredo Santiago, 12-0. Why are you worried about a Michael Williams Jr. who's 14-0? Who cares who he's fought? Who the fuck knows who Zaur Abdulayev is? Why would you fight Zaur Abdulayev for an interim title? Who the fuck is he? So if you fighting who the fucks, why not fight Michael Williams Jr., who is well known, undefeated, and he's better than Abdulayev and Alfredo Santiago? Hopefully that broke that down to you, J8. Man, it's too late to be cooking, dog. Loma, a good fighter. He was extremely timid in the early rounds versus T.O. and has shown struggles at lightweight. Man, I ain't making no fucking excuses for Lomachenko, bro. 9. This motherfucker has had I'm talking about the super red carpet, hand woven. They have provided him everything, a franchise title. Got off the WBC without even defending it. I don't have no excuses for him, dog. He's undisputed because it's in the record books. Anyone wants to believe blue is red, that's on you. However, blue is still blue. Hey, man, that right there. All right, read that over. You know what I'm saying? If you want to believe blue is red, go ahead. You know what I'm saying? It's in the record books. And once again, Mauricio said, we are moving away from tradition and towards evolution. So if you don't like it, I don't know what to tell you, man. I don't know what to tell you. Mark wasn't the head trainer. I never said, did I say he was the head trainer? I said if you was the trainer, if in the fluidity of, you know, cadence, you know what I'm saying? Narrative cadence. If I say he was a head trainer, once again, the hardcore fight fans know what I meant. And that's just being petty right now. He said Deontay Wilder wouldn't do anything he told him to do. So, and also he mentioned that when a fighter don't do anything you tell him to do, and you have to run stuff through JD's, then he feel like he's being micromanaged. All right. So therefore, you have to look at it like, why didn't you quit? Was your checks prorated, or were they full maximum, you know, the guaranteed amount? Because if you was getting your checks and he wasn't listening to you, he wasn't treating you like shit. Because treating you like shit is saying, you know what? Hey, Mark, I'm gonna prorate your check. You're supposed to get 5,000. I'm gonna give you about 3,300 because I ain't learned shit. Now that would be fucking with somebody. I ain't learned shit this month. Fuck it. Might be, I did. I taught you something. You weren't listening. That'll be different. Did you see the little clip I put up after Dominique Brazil fight? He thanked Mark Breland. It wasn't that he had it out. See, people hate when you bring your own shit up, your own content. They hate that shit when they think this is a Mark Breland bash parade by Deontay Wilder. If he didn't like Mark Breland, he wouldn't fuck with him. He wouldn't say shit. He wouldn't say thank you. Did y'all see the vid? Okay. Let me know if you want to see it again. Man, I totally disagree with you all about Mark Breland. I mean, that's cool. Opinions aren't always going to link up together. You know what I'm saying? Somebody else had mentioned Long being legend. Do you think Caleb Plant is overrated? I like Sweet Hands, man. We won't know if he's overrated. I don't think he's overrated. Asian Math, what's good? I don't think he's overrated. People just building up the Canelo fight to shoot him down, man. I don't think so. What's good? I can respect guys for vacant belts before one becoming champion by email. I agree. Fight for the vacant title. Not you have mail. Nope. I say Canelo Plant is ranked properly. He's a top super middleweight. He's not a pound for pound fighter yet, though. I agree with that. I mean, you know, he needs somebody on his resume too. Like the funk that he put on Targety, I believe that's his name, Jose Katazgi. He put a whooping on that dude. That's the same dude who was in the controversy for hitting the rail after the bell. You know what I'm saying? And his trainer went over there and damn near got sent to jail. He was arrested for punching Uzkataki in the freaking right jaw for punching after the bell. The rail team had enough of that punching after the bell. You know what I'm saying? Just like Andre the Rail was on his knee after Abraham punched him. Telling you, man, them the rails. That's why they got there and say, fuck that. I'm gonna put this motherfucker to sleep with no gloves on. But they talked it out. He ended up not going to jail, man, because he could have went to jail for assault, dog. I see now it's the Bud Crawford welterweight unification theory. Great analysis at WCS. It's the Bud Crawford welterweight unification theory. I'm not sure what you're saying, though. Haney wish he could get that Loma media push. Well, I would still say Lomachenko's resume is better. But it's hard to get that Lomachenko push when you don't have 2 gold medals, when you don't have national titles, We don't have those, you know what I'm saying, that amateur pedigree coming over here to the professional. And I already told you the damn smoke and mirrors behind that. But you're not going to get that push if you're Devin Haney like Lomachenko. WCS making his X-Mags list already in February, some money. Hey, I'm just hoping. Juice, J8, Eric, I just want them all to be close, man. Y'all put y'all money together, man. Start a GoFundMe, get ready. The fight's going to be announced sometime in the upcoming months. Just do it, man. Get a GoFundMe going in your local neighborhood, a recreational center, and raise some money, man. I want the pot to be biggest ever, you know? And I'll do the same on my end. What round you think Fimo will stop Haney? I think I said this before, right? I think Teofimo definitely would beat Devin Haney. That's just me. 6 or 7, I think that's what I said. 6 or 7. 6 or 7. If not earlier. It's all about what type of running shoes that Devin Haney got on. That's all. It's according to what type of running shoes he has. They say he's training with Floyd now. Kudos. It's all about change, man. You know what I'm saying? If that's what he needs, cool. Teofimo stops Haney inside of 7. Yeah, only because it's hard to catch someone on the bicycle, if not on the 4. Yeah, man, you gotta let some rounds set in, and you know, get that lactic acid build up, that fatigue, all that shit. Absolutely. Sir Ken in the building. Salute to you, my brother. World Combat Sports. Salute to the wrenches. Salute to the chats. Appreciate you always there, Ken, for stopping through and pulling up, man. Y'all think Fimo or Loma would stop Gamboa? Absolutely. I think Teofimo can. I don't know who you trying to play with that Lomachenko shit. Come on now. Did you see how Gamboa looked after he finished fighting him? Man, come on. He wanted to go have some drinks, y'all. Gamboa was like, yeah, ooh, shit. I feel good. You think we should go to the gym or we go straight home after this? Because I feel like cooling down. I can do a cool down if you want. Gamboa was thinking about going to the local gym. You want to go in there and spar? Gamboa after the Haney fight, he was like, you want to go? Should I get some sparring in tonight or are we going to take it off? No? Okay. We just go to the showers, go out to the club. Shit, man, they weren't worried about shit, dog. Teal will most likely stop Gamboa. Loma, I don't know. That's actually a good comeback fight for Loma. People, I have some business to take care of. It's been a pleasure. Man, appreciate and salute everyone who dropped through and tuned in to this interview. I'm definitely gonna I'm gonna take this video down, to be honest. I'm gonna take it down for a minute and edit and cut that shit out that I want and then post it up because I'm gonna have strictly the Teofimo Lopez interview up there. Even though it was brief, y'all got an opportunity to hear him talk, and that's the respectful part of it. So, you know what I'm saying? Appreciate y'all pulling up. Till next time, man. Turn up and tune in to World Combat Sports.